The first weekend of Battlefield 6 open beta has ended. Here are my thoughts, first impressions, and hopes for the game. The first time I played a Battlefield game was in 2013, Battlefield 3. Since then, I've always been a fan of the franchise. No other first-person shooter offered a realistic and dynamic kind of experience. I had the most fun in Battlefield 1, but 3 is still the best to me. Maps. Liberation Peak has flaws. For a breakthrough map, it's fine, but it's too small for Conquest. If you have the high ground, you basically win the game. You could get spawn killed, sniped. Playing as a helicopter is crazy. I get locked on 10 seconds after liftoff, and if I wanted to land and repair, there's no cover. Iberian is a good map. It reminds me of Amiens because of the buildings and the roads and the alleys, especially the interior. For Siege of Cairo, I have no complaints. It's a perfect setting of a modern day siege in a Middle East city. But we're still missing the main part of Battlefield, which are large-scale maps. I hope we get to see something like Gulf of Oman, Siege of Shanghai, Caspian Border, Demavan Peak, Karg Island, and Operation Metro. I know Operation Firestorm is coming back, so I'm pretty hyped for that. Weapons. The assault rifles feel balanced. They pack a punch, but there's recoil. SMGs, LMGs, and DMRs, they all fit the puzzle. And sniping is just fantastic. I haven't had this much fun sniping since 1. However, I do have concerns for the shotguns and the carbines. The M4A1 and the AK-205 are laser beams. One has insane fire rate and the other one has insane accuracy. Shotgun slugs are annoying to deal with. Getting one-tapped on Iberian offensive can be frustrating, but 2 can play that game, so I guess it's fine. But the M4 needs to be nerfed. Classes. I'm okay with all the classes being able to revive now. It fits right into the game. So support is now the healer and the resupplier. I'm alright with that. But I still want the classes to have their own identity. What I mean is, each class has their own weaponry. Assault uses assault rifles and shotguns. Engineer, carbine and SMGs. Support, machine guns. And recon, DMRs, and sniper rifles. I'm okay with assault having a secondary, but it should be limited to just a shotgun or an SMG. I don't agree with him having the spawn beacon though, and I think the spawn beacon should stay on recon. Like, we do have squad spawns already. Vehicles. The tank feels kinda stiff. It's hard to rotate the cannon as a driver. I used up my whole mousepad and I still couldn't do a 180. A solution is you go into third person and you can turn faster, but I feel like it just breaks that immersion. I found it annoying having to go back to spawn on Liberation Peak just to resupply, and the resupply takes a little longer than I'm comfortable with. I think they could add a resupply station onto Delta on Liberation. Kinda makes sense, it's in the center of the map, and whoever controls that point kinda like pushes up their frontier. Kinda makes me sad that the heli now only has 7 rockets. That's like half of what we had in Battlefield 4. I do notice the rockets curve to where you're aiming, so that's cool. So the jet does not have an auto repair, and that kinda pissed me off. Like, if you got hit, you'd just be smoking, leaving a trail of smoke the whole time. And there was a thing that if you flew over the resupply in base, you'd repair. But that just doesn't feel right. Grenades. So the flashbang and the smoke are okay, but the grenade doesn't feel like it travels far. It feels like an airball. I'm not sure whether it's the throwing animation or the projectile speed, but it just feels like I have a weak arm. Knowing EA, they will probably do a battle pass, but please don't add any goofy skins. Just give us camos. I'm super excited for the campaign. I hope it's as good as Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3's campaign was amazing. It had character development, it had epicness, and drama. Playing Battlefield 3 campaign was like watching a Netflix series or something. Portal. So with the Godot engine, players can create any kind of scenario and game modes they want. The possibilities are endless. Like, we've seen what other games communities can do, and I'm just looking forward to all the kind of game modes that we'll all be able to play, besides the basic ones like Conquest and all that. Overall, I'd say the game is going in the right direction. Can they deliver? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. That's all I have for you today, folks. I've been Mixnot, and thanks for watching.